What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of my G's Photowalks, where I'm sharing a street photography experience, one shot at a time. So this episode is a bit special because we are covering the death of Queen Elizabeth II. So basically I'm trying to capture the atmosphere and the ambience in London while the country is mourning and grieving their beloved Queen. I mean, from my point of view, when a historical event like this happens, if you happen to be a photographer, especially a street photographer, history is coming and knocking at your door, you take your camera, you go take a walk with history and you try to capture as much as you can, you try to document it, right? Now, this being said, this is a big deal. I mean, the country doesn't remember the last time something like that happened. I mean, talking about the death of the monarch, the main monarch, and also the coronation of a new king. So that's a big deal for the country, I get that. It will be in history books. When you will look at the British history timeline, you will have that milestone when, you know, Elizabeth II died and King Charles III came along and, you know, replaced her. From a street photographer point of view, I believe that the everyday is history as well. When I go in the street and I take photos, like on the day-to-day when I'm capturing even the mundane, for me, this is history too. So that's not gonna be a milestone like this and it's not gonna be in history books, but to me, every photograph I'm taking in the streets, if you let those photographs marinate long enough, all those photographs will have some kind of historical and archival value, you know? There's gonna be a nostalgia about it. Some things that you see on the pictures that today we take for granted, they will look vintage and stuff like that. So every time I go out there to shoot, I'm capturing history. I don't think that history is just, you know, those big events. I think that history is happening every day. Another thing I wanted to talk about is when you are coming from a different place, all right? So when you are an expat or an immigrant, you can look at something from different point of views. When you want to capture a scene, you can change your lens, right, on your camera body. And that gives you a different perspective. Yeah, you can shoot the same scene with a wide angle lens or a telephoto lens. So you can have a wide angle or a narrow, you know, angle, and that gives you a different perspective. The image is different, like there's compression in the background. You can, depending on your setting, have depth of field and things like this. When you come from a different place, so let's take me for example. I don't want to make this about me, but I'm just using this as an example to illustrate my point. So I'm an African Caribbean black man who happens to be French and British, okay? So I'm from the Caribbean island of Martinique, which is a French department, a French ex-colony, right? And I'm a French citizen. I was born a French citizen. And I'm British now because I've been living here for 15 years. So I've got like 3 different lenses that I can put on my camera when I'm looking at those current events, right? And it's quite interesting, you know, when you look at the way the British, their perception of the death of their beloved queen, it's all about the queen as an individual and the royal family. Talking about her life, talking about the fact that she had integrity and she was full of good intentions. If you switch the lens and you look at the French side of things, right? You look at the French news, the French articles, the media coverage, they had something on top. They talk about the queen and the royals, right? But they had something on top. They talk about the monarchy. You know, the French history, you were aware of it. During the French Revolution, they got rid of it, right? So they cut Kings Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette's heads, right? And we're not having it. So we switch from monarchy to a republic and that's it, you know? When you look at the coverage, right, definitely in France, most of the time mention the fact that, you know, why do they still have monarchy in here and what's the usefulness of it? This looks like an old institution that doesn't have its place in today's world. That's the French point of view. That's what you get when you put your French lens. Now, the French did abolish monarchy, right? And I'm saying that to emphasize the word abolish, right? Because when we switch to the Caribbean lens, the abolition, that word is used for slavery, right? So the French are talking about the abolition of the monarchy. The population that you have in the Caribbean islands, right, are a product, a result, a consequence of colonialism. So the British are looking at the Queen and the royals. The French are adding the monarchy on top. The Caribbean are adding on top of monarchy the British Empire from their point of view. When you put that Caribbean lens on the camera, they look at the Queen, embrace her life as well, look at the royals, look at the monarchy, and on top, for them, you cannot talk about those three things without talking about the British Empire and its expansion. And from their point of view, when you have a lot of media coverage about the Queen, they cannot help but think about the British Empire because they are a result, their existence is a result of that. From their point of view, it might be bittersweet because it reminds them of pain and suffering, right? I wanted to talk about those things with photographic terms because this show is about, my little YouTube channel is about photography. It's always interesting to look at something from different angles and different perspectives, gives you more depth in your critical thinking. A bit like when you look at a print, a proper, beautiful black and white print, right? It's not all about black and white, it's all about the tonal range, the different grays. They're giving life to your picture. And when you look at those kind of events, like what's happening right now with the Queen's death and the coronation of a new king, you can do like the British, look at the good. You can do like the French, look at the good and the bad, or you can do it like, the Caribbean people looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not about putting morals into it, about good, bad. It's just that when you look at the bigger picture, there's a lot behind events that are, talked about in the media. They just look at one side of things, but there's a lot, because a lot of it is linked. So I just wanted to touch on that, So I tried to cover this as much as I could. So the night when the Queen died, I went straight away to Buckingham Palace. I wanted to cover it. So it was dark. I went there late at night. It was dark, it was raining. You could feel, the sadness and the pain in people. And I did capture a few pictures that I liked. So I will put that in this video. That was the night of her death, and that was I went to Buckingham Palace, like I said. The next day, Friday morning, I just went quickly in the city and in the train station just captured people reading newspapers, and you could see the coverage of what happened. And then Saturday I went almost the whole day shooting in the city just to have a feel about the atmosphere and try to capture London mourning in mourning mode. And near Buckingham Palace was full, packed, like the crowd was heavy. And then I went to that floral site where people were just dropping flowers for the Queen with messages, letters. That was quite touching. And also I went to Oxford Street and Soho just to see what was going on. So people were going about with their days and doing whatever they had to do. But from time to time you could see some posters with the Queen and screens showing her face and stuff like that to show some respect, right? So here we go, central London, which is mourning their beloved Queen. So have a look. As usual, let me know what photograph is your favorite one. Have a nice week, and hopefully I'll see you here in the next video. Wow. Aya, do we know what people are waiting for? Okay. It's just like,
No, I
are we waiting for the king or something?
Well,
What's...
he's down there becoming a king apparently.
All right.
That's all we know.
So people are just...
Waiting for him to come back, I think. How long that's going to be.
All right. Thank you. Hello guys. What are you guys waiting for?
We're waiting for Dad.
I'm just asking, like, what are people waiting for?
Well, there's supposed to be a parade coming round
A
soon.
parade.
A
Oh,
parade.
right. Is that for the king or is that just?
Yeah.
He's in St James's at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Doing
they're
his
coming
investing,
this
yeah.
way.
And he's coming back
And
here.
he's coming back.
All
The whole
right.
parade is opening the army and that.
Okay. We don't know what time. No. All right.
No idea.
All right. Thank you guys. Cheers.
Okay, good, we're in. Sorry.
Thank you. Off the price, please. You can't get anywhere anyway. It's all blocked off. It's all blocked.
What's that? Shotguns?
The other company.
So if we want to get to like
One way.
Melbourne or something like that then,
So where?
at the end of the mall.
The trouble is, if someone, if he's moving, they'll look at the area.
Control, receiving, control.
Can I go in there, please?
Unless you have a wristband.
I forgot it at home.
No way, sorry.
No. Nigeria TV, can I go? No? I'm kidding, man.
Sorry, boys.
So what does that mean?
Hopefully people will start moving,
The shotguns?
not shotguns.
Do you hear the gunshots? Yeah.
It's not a shotgun,
What's that?
it's a cannon.
Oh, cannon. So what does that mean? What is going
So,
on?
96,
Oh, 96 of them.
no, 96 shots will be fired this there every year.
Control, receiving.
Oh, wow.
Control.
POV Shot represents the
Yeah, okay. And after that, do we have like a parade or? Oh, all right.
It's already done.
Oh, the parade is already done.
So you are late, my brother. You are late.
Oh, is that the guys on the horses? That's it. That's it. Nothing else.
I think if they are following the program
Yeah.
for the day, something next is coming.
Okay. So what option do I have now? Can we cross the road?
I don't know.
Oh, let's try. Thank you. Let's go, let's go.
Go through to front people across, yeah?
Keep it moving, please, guys.
Bring this around this side.
It's got to be easy being a photographer at 9 feet tall, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's got to be easy being a photographer at 9 feet tall, just above the crowd, isn't it?
That's it. That's it. It's helping, man, with the point of view, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you guys, just close your gap now.
Uno più uno c'è.
Seated.
What are those guys with the green thing doing?
No, it might be TV people.
I think they are. You got Nanny, I'll take the cup, you take Nanny. I've got
That's it. Very nice. Thank you.
Dad's getting it.
Oops, sorry.
Where exactly am I meant?
Siamo fermi, sicuramente non dobbiamo
Whoa, big toys. Yeah. Big toys. What focal length is that? 600. Wow.
Sono passati trombettisti che io li ho sentiti.
Ah, t'es français? Oh, yeah, because that's like a hood.
Yeah.
Lens hood. Okay. Wow, that's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's for the like a full frame camera, yeah.
Ouais, les deux.
Yeah, il faut passer au mirrorless. Là.
Ouais, c'est un mirrorless.
Quoi, ça c'est du mirrorless? Ouais, mais la lens c'était pour.
Non, ouais, elle est sortie il y a 2 ans. Mais
ouais, voilà. Alright, have fun. Thank you.
I'll get one of each.
Thank you.
You're the youngest of the family.
No, she said take a picture.